dam in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Oliver. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Jaguars at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars! Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Touchdown, Houston! One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The point after is good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And some room to maneuver. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Jags grab it. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So problems there on the return. Very costly. Not what you need when you've just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
They'll try the left side with ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with career touchdown number 70. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for two. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they like to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can move risky when it worked out.
Yeah, I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
He will return this from and all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Here's Watson. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. He's got him in. Complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against the defense, who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 more yards there and another first down. Watson on first down. is caught by Lamb. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. He was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. CeeDee Lamb. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want it in with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, and a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. ETN up the middle. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 39, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. He sets to fire deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Lawrence. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really...
This is intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And he's got his man on the out route. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 159 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. but he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and goal from the 1. Etienne, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Once more, Etienne. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Offensively, not what they wanted there, but hey, you can kick the field goal here and take the lead.
Felt like a little bit of a statement stop, didn't it? You know, made a big play right there. Okay, guess what? Ball's in your court, guys. What are you going to do? Myself, I kick the field goal, get in the 3, and take the lead.
Lawrence on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Pulls it in at the 13. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. It's scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 165 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On first down, right back to ETN. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
Pilot, 64, 3 down, no way to fire. 61, back box, white, 10-10.
They'll run with ETN. But he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Alert, alert.
And they'll run with ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We're part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. How about an exceptional effort to match the opposition's pick 6 earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play.
but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. On play action, Lawrence. He's got a man. It's his fullback. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A give, it's ETN off the option. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. Caught on a slant. Touchdown. Christian Kirk. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk there to make the grab. And the Jaguars look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over the line. They just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done. free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
To throw again on second down. Watson, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, ETN once more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all you got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Channing Tindall picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Football, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy in addition to the pencil.
And those last for a
long time.
No doubt.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he comes back with one complete. One last throw here for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season.